how I'm creating a community of people that learn from stillness. And here's the origin story. It was not merely a surprise, but a dual vision. When I brought up the idea to create a time to center down deeply, not alone, but with others, to a woman in leadership at my church, she said she had been thinking the same thing. And she would email me the details. I can tell you that the Venn diagram of our ideas was nearly a single circle. At that moment, I knew how important it was to create such a time and an opportunity to invite others thirsty for it too. Now it's official. On a Saturday in August, we have a cluster of people interested in meeting for the extraordinary, doing nothing together. Because imagine a church event with no format, no music, no lighting or sound system, no speakers or sermon, no itinerary to follow, no activities or devices or distractions, and no expectations to engage in pleasantries or social interaction. Just a time stripped down to bare essentials, holy silence. Now a 5 hour time of quiet is available. Does that seem like a long time to be together and say nothing? Yes, we will be alone together. A 2 hour stay minimum is the commitment we are asking for. For some, even 2 hours of nothing will feel unbearable because we are so accustomed to noise, busyness, and being entertained or occupied. I certainly am. Honestly, I didn't think more than 2 or 3 people would be interested, but there's more interest than I first guessed. And here's the issue. I think we are soul sick for the lack of slower ways, for the lack of encountering our lives with enough time to ruminate and process our painful or complicated emotions and experiences. I believe this makes us mentally ill and famished of soul in various ways. And I think we don't even comprehend the damage of these ways of our world. We don't encounter how they have inflicted their harm on us. But how could we? And how can we until we slow down and take notice? I look forward to the camaraderie of us being on the same page that day, a page that can be a blank page, on which something emerges from the quiet. Such things happen in ways they never can with programmed church events, occasions, and typical interactions. For that time, we will reset our hearts to the sacred rhythms of God that reveal themselves when we start to listen more deeply. We will nurture the ears of our hearts to comprehend without the imposition of the clamor and noise of our regular life. What will happen? We will turn our gaze to the sustainer, creator, and lover of our souls. Those who gather that day will sink into stillness, rest, respite, deep breaths, prayer, scripture reading, and journaling. Nothing more. No discussion circles or debrief afterward. Simply a time of divine attentiveness, but for hours. Sure, all this can be done alone, but by being unified in our commitment to quiet down and center down, we can muster more strength and purpose for deeper work and possess a greater fortitude for it. When alone, sometimes we cut corners and we cheat ourselves of greater insights and breakthroughs that happen when we have sustained patience. It is my hope that everyone will get very bored. It seems to me that it is boredom that empties us enough that the discomfort or restlessness we feel can produce newness in the form of insights, deeper creative thoughts, and new understanding. Perhaps even some divine encounter or realization. But encountering the deep quiet is its own reward, regardless. Boredom is something I never feel now, unless I plan it and erect many boundaries to encounter it. And I wonder if that's true for you. We all have distractions to keep us captive for 1,000 lifetimes and never encounter boredom even once. I think we need it back. I want time to stretch out that day and invite us into a deeper encounter with our life. Have you ever done a silent retreat? And if you have, what is your experience? Has your church offered something like a silent retreat? I'm wondering about your spiritual thirst in this aspect, and I hope you'll let me know. Thank you for listening. I hope you have blessing and peace.